Hi guys,
Hello.
so nice
Hello.
to meet you.
Oi!
Oi, como está?
prazer, ótimo.
So I have to tell you my story a little bit because Matrix was the movie that made me want to go to film school, and I love the Wachowskis so much. So if I got to work with them, I would totally freak out. So how was it for you?
We freaked out
Did you
as well.
freak out a little bit?
Yes.
They have that aura about them. I remember the first time I met Lana, and at the time it was Andy, who's now Lily, of course. But they have that aura of that, like, they made something so iconic that's going to live forever. And it's a very special thing to follow, like a nimbus that follows them around.
I find it really funny how their mind works, how their imagination works.
They are sensates, right?
They really are.
Yeah.
I mean, you get the scripts that they've written for you, and you've read it, and you think you understand the project, and you think you know what it's going to look like, and then you've been on shoot, and you think you have a great idea of what's being made, and then you watch it when it's finally ready, and it's completely different from what you thought or imagined, and it's like you can't match their sensibility, their imagination, their vision, and I think that's why they're what they are.
And they rewrite a lot on set, right? That must be crazy.
Constantly.
This year especially.
Really?
This year there was a lot of rewrites. It sort of felt like the scripts we got at the beginning were like scaffolds. And then Lana was filling in the brick and the mortar and the furniture and the windows as we shot. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were city rewrites, there were weekly rewrites, there were daily rewrites. It was great fun. Trying to keep up with everything.
And Sense8, it has so deep stuff, meaningful stuff. I know I cried since episode 4 until the end, every episode. So how was it for you emotionally, working on it and then watching it? Did you cry? Did you feel some deep stuff? I don't know.
No, I think our readings are like what you're saying. We had these 2 days of readings of the scripts. It was very intense, and everyone was actually like responding like a proper audience. If there's a funny scene, everyone started laughing. If there was action, and that. If there was like a deeply emotional scene, then a few people would break down, and the others would go, "Oh!" And so we did have that reaction. I think for me personally, on set when we're actually shooting it, you're so consumed by trying to deliver that's where your focus is, and you're not really looking at it as an entire scene, you're just looking at it as a performance. And then when you watch it on screen at the end, you're like, this is what has actually come out.
I love to watch the show. I mean, for me, one of the cool things about Sense8 is that it's more like music than it is like narrative television. I don't watch it for the story. I can put in a random episode from season 1 if I'm having a bad day or some crazy's happening, and I can watch it almost like I would listen to music, and there'll be a line or a gesture or a scene or a bit of music or a shot that'll just kind of make me go, oh, okay, I feel good about being Homo sapien again. It's that kind of, it's comfort food.
For you did some emotional stuff in the bathtub.
Flip-flop.
Yeah, well, that scene, that was rewritten last second. Like, it was supposed to be just the ending when I'm saying to Hernando, like, when I'll drop into the sadness and I'll say, like, I miss your voice, I miss you. But then I arrived there, and Lily and Lana, they told me, you know what, like, we were thinking that you're gonna call first and you're gonna say that you don't find your flip-flop, and then you're gonna say that the bathtub doesn't work. And I thought, like, wait, what? I mean, this is like the moment where Lito gets to go deep down and say, like, and they say, like, you're gonna get there, but at the beginning, we just want you to call them and tell them, like, random things, why you miss them. So I did it like my nerves were about to break down. But I trust them, I did it, and then I saw the editing. So that's one of the surprising things. When you get to see the episode, it's like, wow, that's what they had in mind. We don't have that much of a time, so they cannot explain us, okay, this is the way I see this scene. They just tell you, jump, do it. And then you do it, and then you sit on your sofa, you press Netflix, you start to see the episodes, and you get very surprised of the way their minds work.
And do you like to watch yourselves? Because some actors don't even watch their own movies. They don't like to see themselves. How it's for you?
I've gotten better at it. I mean, it's hard to watch yourself as an actor. You're like, that's what I sound like, that's what I look like, And certainly, like, the older you get, doesn't get easier. But I think I've gotten a little kinder, and have sort of been able to separate, especially since like Sense8, like there's so much time in between when we finish it to when we watch it. So it's almost like you're watching a completely different human being who's in a whole different headspace. It's fascinating.
I don't. I like watching the finished product. I hate watching the monitor when we're actually filming.
Yes.
That I can't do. But when the finished product is out, then it's the best way to gauge what you have done. Because you have on Instagram you have these funny things of expectation and reality. So it's like that. You think you've done this, and then you want to see if it really is that. Sometimes it can be better. Sometimes it's worse. So yeah, it's just the best way that you can like improve yourself. If not, then you don't really know if your vision is matching, the product.
Yeah. Well, I think like I got kinder as well with years, and I start to to get along with those parts that I don't feel comfortable maybe. But yeah, with time, you make peace with yourself. You accept when something goes wrong, and yes, but only once. I only tend to see a work once, and then I leave it forever.